The greatest feeling in the world was holding my own gun. I'm hypertensive, but all my decisions been wholesome. My independence had me flipping on siblings I stole from. Said I'm just big and loud. Well, £1/2 pound is my silent treatment. I punched out plugs I could've stopped from eating. Jackie Gleason on the TV while his mama's sleeping. That plate was made, or he got that chick filleted like she Polynesian.
The fucking niggas do to me though. So I stand there blinded while my jewelry glow.
When did you know you was buzzing in New York City?
The Tony Sunshine, I did a freestyle with Tony Sunshine, Desert Eagle, and that shit just got on like every mixtape, and just the whole summer it was like a hood hit. Like, you know, back then, before really the internet, it was like the mixtape, whatever was hot on the mixtape, everybody was playing it. And I remember
Babito used to bump your shit too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All the real underground shit, like backpack shit, like all that, like that was my real lane. But I was also able to sneak into like the mix show DJs through Static, because Static was like my best friend at the time, still is, but he was like the person in New York who was my connect. So he was always linking me with different DJs and bringing me to different places and like letting me open up for like Tribe Called Quest and bringing me to just like shit that you could never even imagine that you would do. You know what I'm saying? I remember one show I did, and you can look it up on YouTube. It was before Big Sean and Kid Cudi blew up, and it was Consequences album release party. And so he had brought out me, Q-Tip, Kanye, Kid Cudi, and Big Sean. And so we're all standing in line on stage, and he's giving it up one by one for the crowd. Yo, give it up for Big Sean. They're like, yeah. Yo, give it up for Kid Cudi. Yeah. Give it up for Terminology. Yeah. Kanye right here. Give it up for Kanye West. Yeah. Like, I got this moment on stage standing next to Kanye. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like New York has been good to me, man. Hip hop has been good to me in New York, and in these moments I cherish them, and like I love this shit. You know, I still do it because I love it.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Stuck to the script.
I love to see the good guys win.
Script, hustle.
I love to see it. Listen, dues. Did you hear that? Dues. Flyers on cars.
For years, still passing flyers out. Cause you can't get nobody to pass them out now. Shit, everybody too cool to
Everybody's
do that shit.
a star now. The intern is a star
now.
Oh,
the guy who passes out flyers now, he a social media influencer. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
We're in a different era, but it felt good to survive these eras too.
Yeah.
And Paul came in the game a little bit before me, so he knows. You know, it's crazy how we have went through the late '90s, the 2000s, then the 2010s, and now we're in 2023. It's just, it's bugged out, but I still love it. Like I said, man, I love.
But you've seen so much change. Like the quality of artists has changed. What people are entertained by has changed.
Yeah.
Like you two are both from an era where the thing that you said was the most important thing about you. They didn't even know what you looked like.
Right.
You think what I mean?
Right.
And you were somebody's favorite rapper with no visuals, no marketing, just.
Now your favorite rapper? Who your favorite rapper? I like his hair. You know, that's it's my favorite rapper because I like the shoes you wear, you know, or something.
Or the beef he just got into.
Right.
Yeah.
He talk like I talk. He spin the block. That's the shit I be on.
Yeah.
What's the bar that
the beats and the bars? That's what I grew up on. Yeah.
And who were you listening to?
I was listening to Lil Keke. He always been my favorite. Lil Keke from Houston, Texas.
You
Screwed Up
say
Click.
that every time. I legit just asked you to see if you would have a different answer. Every time I've ever heard you answer that question. Man. Lil Keke. Shout out to Lil Keke.
Shout out to Lil Keke. Lil Keke coined 85%, 90% of all of the phrases that we say came from Texas or from Houston. Well, he coined them. You know, whatever the Houston culture is with the cars or how we dress or any of that, he popularized a lot of that. He was popping when I was in high school. So when I was in middle school. So my first introduction to hip hop was in 3 ways. It was turning on TV, looking at MTV, which was almost all East Coast, turning on the radio, listening to whatever was on the radio, which was Clear Channel, so it was all programmed almost all West Coast, and then the screw tapes, which was all underground. And it was mostly Southern, but not all Southern. But if I wanted to hear some hard underground East Coast music, it would be on a screw tape. If I want to hear some hard, West Coast underground music, is going to be on a screw tape. But for sure, who is talking about streets that I know that I can drive down, or talking in slang that I perfectly comprehend. It was all on the screw tapes. It was Lil Keke. Lil Keke always been my favorite, man. But you know, there were always others too. I love Cash Money. Cash Money was always big to me. I grew up listening to a lot of wu-tang. So wu-tang was something that was dope to me too. There also were a lot of underground artists here and there that I, would listen to for sure. Sean Price was one of my favorites. A lot of the West Coast artists like the Mob Figures, Jacka, Hustler, Rich the Factor. He my second favorite rapper, Rich the Factor from Kansas City. So I gotta shout out to all my people, man, because shit, they inspired the fuck out of me. Rich the Factor got like 500 albums out, you know what I'm saying? He put an album out like every month, you know what I'm saying? And I can tell you right now, you just randomly go to any album, any song, you're gonna get the same thing. He's gonna be giving you game. His beats are gonna be either some Kansas City, like Midwest type of beat, or it's gonna be something with a sample in it, but it's gonna be a hard-hitting beat, and he gonna be on there doing real shit, either street shit, like I said, giving you game, or just anything real. He gonna give you some similes, some metaphors, but that's them my favorite rappers, man.
Rappers don't even talk like this anymore.
Right.
You don't even hear this kind of talk
not
no more.
excited.
What's a simile?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You don't even hear this kind of talk.
It's all about ad-libs, shit. Which, it's always been like that, though. I look back, when I was DJing, I played a lot of DJ Jubilee. DJ Jubilee is an artist from Louisiana where, and back in those days, I take you back to 1998, 1997, 2000. If I'm DJing a party anywhere in Texas, okay, you're going to go through your medley of music. You might play some Biggie music. You might play some Pac. You might play some, Miami bounce, bass type of music. But you're going to definitely get in there and you're going to get your Louisiana bounce on. You know what I'm saying? And when you play that Louisiana bounce, it's going to be DJ Jubilee. So DJ Jubilee, to me, he was somebody who would, he would call out dances that you do. He was, with MC on the, on the song, he would be calling out. He wouldn't be rhyming like giving you bars, but he'd be telling you, do this dance, now do that dance, now do this dance, now do that dance. And whatever he would be doing, that's what everybody in the crowd would be doing. But it was seen as like party rap. It was like party hip hop. Okay, well, if he was around today, like making music today, like if Get It Ready came out in 2023, then he would be the king of TikTok, because that's all it is. So it's just, hip hop just has evolved where it's still dancing, it just ain't really breaking. It's TikTok dancing.
It's all around. Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.